Oh, baby, we are live for the first time in a while. How you guys doing today? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Connection's not looking too clean here. Wow, that's really shitty connection. Hello? Is this shit gonna work? Why is the connection so bad? That's really weird. Why is it so shitty? Is it that bad? Am I dropping that many frames? Holy fuck. It is. It's that bad. What the hell is your problem? Come on, hook up. Very weird. Well, if it's gonna keep skipping like this, then I might just, drop off. I'm not on... I'm wired in. Okay, there... Well, hold on. It's bouncing around a bit, which could mean a couple things. Alright, I might take some time to try and fix this. Or at least fix it in so much as I can. I don't know how much I can really do if it's just bugged and not working. I'm not gonna ping anybody if, well, the bot's gonna ping everybody regardless. Alright, let me look at bit rates real quick.
Yo.
Yo, I'm in a really weird spot. I don't know why my bit rate's so shit. Hold on a sec. Broadcast guidelines. I'm gonna check my connection real quick. I mean, honestly, the Ookla one will work, even though it's not correct. It's been explicitly shown to not be accurate. Big chunky frames on my end. Can't do anything about it. Ping is 12 milliseconds. Download is where it should be. Almost a fucking gigabit per second on copper lines. Admittedly, it should probably be around 700k, but yeah, upload's fine. Okay. Is it the Twitch server? So if it's the Twitch server, I might be able to change which server I'm hooking up to. If you guys will give me just a moment. I'm gonna stop streaming. I am now not streaming anymore. I'm going to try hooking up to like a Chicago server. Because it should be trying to hook me into Atlanta, probably. But I'm gonna try and hook into Chicago real quick, or New York, probably. Yeah, let me try Chicago. Could not access the specified channel or stream key. Please double check your stream key. Okay. Seems like there's a problem hooking up to the server, because I don't think my stream key is wrong. Actually, I'm gonna check it real quick, just to be certain. Because this is weird. Not gonna lie, I typically don't have these issues. Where do I find my stream key again? I don't recall. We'll figure it out. Give me a moment. Settings, stream. That looks like the right stream key, but I will copy it over anyway, just to make sure. Apply that, and we're gonna try and hook up to Atlanta, Georgia's servers. And see if that does anything. How's our bitrate looking? Yeah! Maybe. It's not consistent, but it's better. Give it a little bit to even out. For it to figure out what the hell's going on. That was strange. Okay. That was weird. I think it's at least more consistent here. Maybe Twitch's servers are having a fit right now. Because my internet connection was fine. Admittedly, we were having issues with our internet connection at the house earlier. But I think that was due to other reasons. Namely, I think that something went down way down the lines, and it was messing with our ability to connect. You can get gig via copper if you use Cat 8 standard, but it's extremely uncommon right now. Yeah, no, it wasn't actually a gig. It said it was like 800 megabytes a second, which is pretty fucking fast. We do pay for like decent service, like really good service out here, but I think that that's being I don't think that's an accurate number, especially not for a single line connection while I'm streaming. But I don't know, maybe. All right, so we're online, we're rolling, we're having a good time. I think everybody having a good time. Come on, let me know if you're not. But I'm glad I'm glad that I'm not having any major technical issues for the moment, and I will say for the moment. Let me have a look around and see where I should post this stuff. Give everybody a couple minutes to filter in. Can I spell Colosseum right? No, because Pokemon Colosseum is not spelled the right way, I don't think. Who else is playing Pokemon Colosseum right now, actually? We got a VTuber. We've got... this looks like somebody made a video on it. We've got another VTuber. Check, 1, 2, 3. Hey, we are here. I'm just looking at who else is playing the game right now. It's all, like, smaller groups. Just because I was curious. I thought that I would have to swap my thing down, but yeah, live unstable. Poor network connection detected. I don't know if that's on my end or not, considering I tried to hook up to a server in Chicago. I tried to swap servers, and it literally didn't let me hook up to the server. So I think something might be wrong with Twitch's servers right now. So if things are a little unstable, that's probably why. Apologies. Alright, let me paste this in 20 different fucking servers like I usually do. Yeah, it wasn't my end. I did a speed test, and don't get me wrong, it was the Ookla one, and the Ookla one's not accurate. But it was enough. I shouldn't have had shouldn't have been having issues streaming. And it didn't look super inconsistent either. So I don't know what the deal was there. Anyway, we're live, we're here, connection seems relatively stable. And I'm just gonna be vibing for a minute while we get set up here. I actually did not have any major technical issues besides that. It was all things that were not in my control. Anyway, you can technically get gig via copper if you use the Cat 8 standard, but that's very uncommon. Yeah, we definitely don't have Cat 8 here. I think we're using Cat 5. I'm fairly certain. 5 or 6. It might be 6 for my connection directly to the modem router. Because we don't have a my parents are just renting a modem because when I leave, I'm not coming back here to fix their shit. And they will not know how to fix it other than turn things off and turn them back on. Admittedly, I don't know a ton more than that myself, but I know how to Google things. It's been a while. It's been what, about 2 weeks. Which I'm happy. I like streaming, for the record. I think a break was good, and honestly, it might mean that I don't stream quite as often anymore, because I've got other stuff that I want to do, like working on videos, and honestly, it's been kind of nice to just come home and not worry about getting on stream, or wake up in the morning and not getting on stream, you know? Anyway, that's enough Discord. Be gone, Discord. Hey, Rukix, how you doing? Everybody go check out Bulu. I'll shout him out. He gets the big Twitch shout out, not the exclamation point one. Eating pizza and playing some more Tears of the Kingdom. Enjoy. Have fun with it. Tears of the Kingdom looks like it's opening people's eyes to how shitty open world games are. Not because I'm not saying that Tears of the Kingdom is bad. I'm saying that Tears of the Kingdom is pretty good. I haven't seen a ton, for the record. And I don't plan on playing it anytime soon. But Tears of the Kingdom looks like people are going, wow, you actually made a game that is open world and fun and uses mechanics. Also ad time, I guess. Speaking of ads, I got a new one for you guys. You may have seen it already if you've been looking around in the Discord. It is related to the topic of conversation right now. Oh man, what a vibe. Played it in the living room with mom and she was like, this is boring. I mean, was she actually paying attention to the game? Or was she just kind of like zoning out? Okay. It makes the other open worlds look bad. Good. We need more games that actually make open world look good. And I have heard some people get really mad at Tears of the Kingdom because they're like, oh, you know what? It is a legitimate criticism. I'm not going to make fun of them for it. A legitimate criticism is that they're sticking with the open world style of game for like new Zelda games. And that is I'm perfectly fine with people complaining about that because ultimately it ain't the same game. It's not Wind Waker. It's not any of the old 3D Zeldas, any of the old 2D Zeldas. Completely different thing. She told me to combine all my flamethrowers together and see what happens. That's... No. That means that she's doing the right thing. The only thing that you should be doing in Tears of the Kingdom is just absolutely fucking with anything you can, as far as I can tell. Just mess with everything as much as you can. Play around with stuff. It's Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts if that game was good. I actually do like that game. For like, if Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was a big open world game, 100% just like that game would have been amazing. But they decided to make it like a very, like, it's not horribly small. It's about exploration and stuff, but maybe if Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts had come out this year, obviously with better graphics,
some
maybe it
other
would have been fine.
AAA devs were complaining about how are we going to live up to these wild expectations? Like they just let you do anything.
Some other triple. So it's the same thing that happened. So there's a couple legitimate criticisms of the game that aren't necessarily predicated on the game itself that I've heard, but like related things. Yeah, you're trying to make good transportation with the flamethrowers. Good. I've heard some wild shit that people have been doing. It sounds like fun. But yeah, AAA devs complaining about open world games and like good open world games, and then being like, how are we gonna live up to this? Homie, that just means you need to make you don't need to make games that directly compete with this firstly. Secondly, if you're gonna go for an open world game, that's what an open world game should be. It should be like, you know, either fucking Elden Ring or Tears of the Kingdom. The exact same thing happened when Elden Ring released. You got a bunch of AAA devs complaining that FromSoft was going outside of the normal bounds of open world games, which, by the way, those bounds have only existed since Skyrim released in 2011, and for the most part, they're kind of crap. Or if you really want to go back, Ubisoft games. you know, those standards have only existed for several years now, and, like, they're not very good. Skyrim is, like, a good tech demo, and it's fun to explore in, but it's got a lot of glaring issues. You know, it's not a game that promotes replay or anything, despite the fact that they let you make new characters, because you just do the same thing every time. Meanwhile, stuff like Tears of the Kingdom, or even Elden Ring to some extent, you can go off and goof off and do your own stuff for ages. Happy when I'm doing anything else in Skyrim? Yeah. Wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle. You got it, Mickey. How you doing, bud? You don't do plot, don't do the plot. Don't do the plot. It'd be like, yeah, puzzle, mind broke. Is that 3 snakes or 2 snakes? Puzzle bad. I'm on board with what Patrician said. I did watch the entire Patrician video on Skyrim, for the record, all 20 hours of it. 2 videos technically, but you know. By the way, shout out to Patrician. I don't think he has a Twitch, but he's over on YouTube and he does live streams on there, and he's a good dude. He makes fun videos. He's making videos on Fallout 76 now. But I'm down with what Patrician said. Where, like, why did they have one puzzle in Skyrim? I think they may have had one other instance where there was a unique puzzle that was actually kind of cool, and they never reused the mechanics. It's just fucking bizarre. But regardless, Skyrim's fun. I'm not gonna diss on it too much, but it did start a horrible trend in open world gaming, point being. To be fair, those devs are already being black hole crunched to make an open world game every year. So now to be expected by the players and publishers to compete with Elden Ring and Tears. Yes, I'm not blaming the developers for this, but people who are complaining about it and saying, we can't do that, that's impossible. One, the execs are going to make you do it anyway, so I'm sorry, firstly. People upping the bar on this. Open world games are, for the most part, just the same dreck over and over. Okay, so having to pump out the same thing over and over, that sucks. It's not fun. Yeah, one puzzle where they have the answer on the bottom of the key? Right, they've got like 2 puzzles. The claw puzzles and the not claw puzzles. That are just the spinning, like, statue things. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too much on Skyrim at this point, but it started a lot of horrible trends, or at least perpetuated them, in such a way that it made it really annoying to play a lot of games for a few years. I'm just looking back on that now, and I'm like, man, there were so many games I didn't want to play, or I didn't play, and then I look back on them, and I'm like, I didn't want to play that. Yeah, me remembering that. Yep. Snake, whale, eagle. Figure it out. But yeah, I can agree that, like, there is simultaneously, okay, these devs are going to be forced into crunch time, because now all these execs are going to see these games that did well, and they're going to be like, do that, which is the execs' fault, firstly, but I also sympathize with the developers who have to deal with that shit. It sucks. It just sucks. But also, on the exec's end, if you're just saying, yeah, just copy that thing, it did well, go fuck yourself. I mean that wholeheartedly. Go fuck yourself. Any executive, especially after what I saw with Blizzard the last couple days, any executive who is just basically, like, shoving around resources and constantly fucking over games that developers are really passionate about, along with players who are really excited for these games, anybody who's completely obliterating that in the sake of making the most profit possible and constantly shifting your resources around to try and do that, go fuck yourself. For anybody who doesn't know, Overwatch 2 is what's got me pissed off. I don't even play that game. I don't play Overwatch. I have never played Overwatch more than, like, maybe an hour in my life. I'm not good at it. I didn't care to play it. I only played it once because my friends invited me to play it. And it's okay. It's not like a terrible game.
Tears of the Kingdom sold half of the total units Breath of the Wild sold in the first weekend.
Well, yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. Video gaming gets more and more accessible. Switches are more accessible. And nobody had Wii U's, so don't even get started on that one. I know you did, Walker. But for the most part, people didn't have a ton of Wii U's, and Switches were kind of not that accessible for a while, so of course, you know, eventually people just start trading around copies of Breath of the Wild when they got the most out of their Switch. But yeah, now that everybody's got a lot of people have Switches now. that I've seen. Like, it's a much more pervasive thing, and so I think that also is leading to people getting Tears of the Kingdom more. But anyway, going back to, I'm gonna just finish this story on Overwatch 2. The whole point of Overwatch 2, the whole point of the release, the thing that they were selling Overwatch 2 on was, one, we're gonna reboot the game, it's gonna be free to play, and we're going to add PvE and a story mode and talent trees to all the characters. It was revealed in a dev stream either, I want to say it was Tuesday, it might have been yesterday. Basically what happened is the dev stream, the devs on the stream revealed, yeah, no, they pulled the plug on all the PvE stuff. We're only going to do PvP stuff. It was taking too long to balance everything, and all the resources got pulled off the team, and now they're basically not doing it. So the whole point of them making Overwatch 2, the whole point of them rebooting, ripping all the old servers off of Overwatch 1, updating the game to Overwatch 2, even though it's the same engine, same game, basically, is gone now. The only thing that's left is a shitty monetization system. What the fuck? And I can guarantee you that both swapping everything over to Overwatch 2, which some people were really pissed off about when it happened, and them getting the plug pulled on the project were both the doings of shitty executives. If you're an executive working at a major gaming company who's doing shit like this, go fuck yourself. And that might sound a little bit aggressive, but consider, they should go fuck themselves. I am a proponent of video games as an art form. I'm gonna go off on a fucking tangent here. I am a proponent of video games as an art form and as a form of expression for people to check out what they really love, whether it's expressing mechanics or a storyline or just art, like, you know, visual art or music or whatever. Video games are an amazing, like, combination of all these things to make a really immersive, cool experience. And everything about that, since video games have become mainstream, has been, like, shoving itself into, like, 4 or 5 big companies that all own each other. Microsoft merger, by the way, that's still happening. Activision Blizzard is getting, well, it's likely getting acquired by Microsoft. Everything is getting thrown out in the sake of profit because these big companies can only think about profit. I hate capitalism. It's really what this boils down to, but I also hate that capitalism feels a need to try and monetize everything. Whether it be streaming like we're doing now, the internet as a whole, every little thing about your life, you know, your expressions, your art forms, your things like that, just pisses me off. Yes, money. Money! I think the way they phrased it was that all the resources for the live game was being diverted to making the PvE stuff, which might or may not pan out and was hurting the existing service. Why didn't they just have it? It's fucking Activision Blizzard. They have the staff to maintain the rest of the fucking team. Hi, Vortica. I'm pissed off. It's not even about the Overwatch 2 thing. It kind of is, because a lot of people are really upset about that, and that does make me upset, because I want to see people play stuff that they're happy with, even if it's from companies I don't necessarily like anymore. I used to like Blizzard. I used to play a shit ton of World of Warcraft. I used to play Warcraft 3. Those were my jams. Blizzard did something shitty again? More just the usual Blizzard lying about stuff. Yeah, Dralnah is angry. I'm fucking pissed. And I will take a moment to say I have been, not necessarily reading, but I've been getting a little bit more into left-leaning socialist rhetoric, so if I start spouting that, feel free to bop me for it. But I've been pissed off at capitalism for years now anyway, that hasn't changed. But yeah, Blizzard did something shitty again. They, Overwatch 2, the whole reason that Overwatch 2 existed is because they wanted to make this PvE thing with talent trees. It was revealed a couple days ago that all of that got scrapped because execs pulled away all the resources from the dev teams making the PvE stuff to make the PvP stuff and the shitty new monetization systems that they have. Agree to disagree? I hear it. Yeah, it takes all my energy to go on Twitter and say, why are modern games shit and broken? Yeah, yeah. And there's reasons. There are legitimate reasons as well as just, well, they want to make money. Yeah, not to. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's all good, dude. I'm just pissed. I am tired and pissed, and that has been like half of what I've been doing when I haven't been streaming the past couple weeks. The other half has been telling myself I need to work on a video and then not working on it. I finally got all the interview footage I need, I think, to write a script. I've just got to finish writing the script, film everything, and edit. Which, that in itself is going to be a Herculean effort, because this isn't really like a... It's not a chronologically linear video. It's not just going to be in chronological order. There's going to be a bunch of cuts that I got to make, and I still got to figure out everything and how I want to write it. Why I really hate Ubisoft right now with the no news on the remake of the Pop. I'm sorry, I don't recognize the acronym. All they're doing is posting memes and not even good memes. Man, yeah. I'm very glad that I've hopped off Twitter. It's been kind of nice, actually. If you want to catch me on any social media right now, I think the only place you can really catch me, unless you're on YouTube, which isn't really social media, is Mastodon. So if you want my socials, !socials. Otherwise, I'm gonna. Why don't we play a game? I've been shouting for like a half hour, haven't I? Yeah. Prince of Persia. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah. I know you've been playing that recently. By the way, we're getting some shoutouts in. Yeah, it's all their social media pages. Yeah. I'm just not on any social media anymore except Mastodon. And there ain't many companies on Mastodon. Toys for Bob's been hinting at Spyro 4 and maybe Crash 5, so that's the one thing I'm fairly pissed about these days. Yeah. They've been hinting about it, but I think all the fans have also been, like, really hardline pushing for another Spyro game. I don't know if I really want one. And I don't think Toys for Bob will be making it, even if it was greenlit, because Toys for Bob got sent to the Activision minds of what did they get sent on? Was it I want to say that it was it wasn't Call of Duty, was it? It might have been. Yeah, yet. Year of the Dragonfly 2. I would be happy with a Year of the Dragonfly 2. Actually, there's another fun bit of news. Somebody's been making a mod for Enter the Dragonfly that has actually been updating, or he's been like fixing a lot of the bugs in the game. That's not to say it's going to make the game perfect, but that's already impressive. Because that game has one of the worst development cycles I've ever seen after watching some people talking about it. Rather. This thing where if you have any questions, please go to this Q&A page that has generic answers to your questions. Yeah, it was like Warzone or something like that, Mickey. You know what I'm talking about. Let's play video games. I like video games. I like video games. There's a reason I stick to old ones, but, like, I like video games. You guys like video games? I like video games. Oh, it's doing the thing. So you're gonna play a childhood favorite of mine today? I have never played this game. I have only seen some footage of this game. I had Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness when I was younger, but I've never had this game. It looks really dark on this screen. It looks fine in the preview. It just looks a little dark here. I mean, that's fine.
Real gamers hate video games.
Okay, so anybody who's only played Gale of Darkness is gonna notice a very particular, this game's gonna be a little different. Real gamers do hate video games, though. You're right. I fucking hate video games. You know, I had something set up for this. Where the hell is it? I had something special because I initially planned to play this ages ago, and it just didn't happen. So let me look around for a minute. Okay. My brother played this one though, so I kind of know what's up. Yeah, this one is a lot more like, this was sort of the game they were seeing to make if the formula would even work. There is insufficient space on the memory card in slot A to create a file. No. I've got another memory card. Give me a sec. Also, let me know if sound or anything's off. I didn't have a chance to test much this week. I've been too busy laying in bed, generally not having any energy. Or playing games with friends, which admittedly has been nice, and I've been appreciating it, but, you know, streaming hard. I used to, and occasionally still do, put hours upon hours just testing and trying to fix stuff for streams. Okay? It's a lot. But, with all that being said, we got a game to play. There's no save data. This developer, Genius Sonority Inc., has never developed a Pokemon game before making this. That's true. That's true. This is true. Been laid on my bed with my iPad and laptop trying to do work. That's a mood. I went down to the office today. I think I did less work than I do here, and I get distracted as hell here. Anyway, we got a game to play. I'm excited. So we could go do some Colosseum battles immediately. Naturally, GameCube game. 0 useful functions in the settings menu. You can quit out to the title screen, which is nice. Testing games, yes. Recording and streaming them. Yep, that's it, Mickey. You got it. You fucking nailed it. I cannot express how much I love that Bulu's emotes are just ubiquitous in, like, half of the communities that I'm in. Because they're just that good. I love Bulu, man. I wish I could catch more of his streams. Unfortunately, he tends to stream... He tends to wrap up right as I'm finishing up working. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Simple, effective, yes. It doesn't need to be much. He knows, yeah, he knows how good they are. I know he knows. I'm still gonna say it because it's just fucking, they're just banging. Okay, they're good. They're really good. Is it okay to start a new story? Yeah, we can start a new story. What's our name? Wes, Seth, Thomas... Y'all hear that, like, buzz, right? That's annoying. Can I fix that right now? Probably not. Is it that annoying for you guys, or can you deal with it? Barely? Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough for me. Jerry. Jerry. What's the deal with Pokemon? It's Jerry Seinfeld. You can deal? Alright. Long as y'all are cool with it, we're good. You van deal. I van deal. I didn't know you owned a dealership. Is Jerry okay? Yeah, it's okay. I had a funny joke here, but I don't think it's working, so we'll just watch the actual cutscene. That fucking smile was good. It makes me think of the fucking Kiryu meme. Now, I do have... This is a complete copy of the game that I own. I got this from a friend of mine about 2.5 years ago and promised I would play it on stream. So, Falls, if you're watching, thank you very much. This box still smells like you. Somehow. Like, it just smells like your perfume. It's really weird. It's been sitting in my fucking room for like 1.5 or 2 years now. And it still smells like your perfume. Need to stop reaching over to type and just turn the chair, Chief. It's okay. The protagonist rebelling against the evil team was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, the adamant face paint. Motorbike design. The motorbike design is pretty cool. Well, I thought this was a complete copy. I don't know where the manual is. I think it's around here somewhere, but I have no idea where exactly. Just like most things around here. Alright, let's leave. Anyway, welcome to the Ore region. Anybody who's never been here, it's a fucking desert. Look at this walk animation. This is peak 2000s. Not even just 2000s edge. Like, yes, there is the edge. The character's edgy. He's like, he was part of the evil organization, and then he broke in and took the thing and, you know, steals people's, you know, steals shadow Pokemon from people, and looks like he's trying not to piss his pants, yeah. We bagged ourselves a great big catch, too. Boss will be sure to fix us up with good with big rewards, too. Doesn't get any better than this. Yeah, this stubby JRPG walk that, like, very clearly the developer didn't quite know what they were doing. This almost looks reasonable. The main problem is, he's not moving his head at all, aside from just where he's moving his body. This is like inverse kinematics keyframes that got baked into the game. This is like really bad, but you know what? I'm not gonna give him too much shit. Yeah, his knees are like not doing anything. Like, it's really wild. Authorities have made a stunning announcement on the mysterious building that exploded in Eklo Canyon. It was a Team Snag'em's hideout. Team Snag'em is a gang of Pokemon abductors who have already been marked for arrest. Okay. The hideout was discovered only as a result of the explosion. By the time police arrived, the ruined building had already been abandoned. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. It should become apparent eventually. I wouldn't even report on that until I had an answer, unless it was just like, I don't know, I don't get that sort of thing. This is why I'm not a journalist. Relax, stick around a while. See, that's the kind of nice thing about traveling, I guess. People don't really know where you're from. They don't know you, they don't know where you're from. They're just like, hey, welcome and sit down, have a good time. You know, when people are just welcoming and, you know, not even necessarily like warm about it. And they're just like, hey, come on in. Things happened at this place? I don't know. Yeah, stay still. Yeah, talking about Team Snag'em. Having hideout blow up on you. Yeah, crime doesn't pay. I live a crime-free life, so nothing's going to blow up on me. Brave words, buddy. Brave words. I know about Team Snag'em. Can I just leave now? Who decided that this was what they were gonna do? Your name? My name's Willie. Sorry to any Scottish people in the chat. That was my immediate thought. He's got a Scottish accent now. I'm not gonna try and do it because I'm gonna fucking piss off everybody in the chat. What do you say? Let's you and me have a quick battle? Sure. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I know it's been a week or two since I've streamed, but it was a nice little break. Georgia shows up from nowhere in a fake Scottish accent. Oh, I know. It'd be funny. Also, this dude seems to really like motorbikes. He just like posed like he was getting ready to ride a bike. Rider Willie, okay. That is absolutely a pun that they made, but I'll allow it. Go Umbreon and Espeon. I like how he just has Umbreon and Espeon. I think I'm realizing what's wrong with the audio. I don't know if there's a way that I can fix it at the moment, but it's something I can think about later. Right out the gate, two of my favorite evolutions. Yeah, Rider of Willie. Oh no! Right out the gate, yeah. Honestly, Espeon and Umbreon are like the vibe for me too. Especially Umbreon. Umbreon, one of the first Pokemon games that I ever played was Pokemon XD. I never beat it. I never got very far, but I always picked Umbreon. I always got Umbreon. Easily my favorite Pokemon. Or one of them at the time period. That and I had Pokemon Emerald, although I eventually lost that copy and I've never played Pokemon Emerald since. No, I've played it a little bit, but not really in a meaningful way. Just like running back in and doing like a gym or two and then stopping. Sylveon's the best evolution. Sylveon's pretty good. I like Sylveon. You have 1 HP. Yes, you do. You can borrow my emerald. No. It's fine. It's fine. If I really want to play Emerald again, I will just boot up an emulator. Or get a copy of it. But ultimately, I don't have many things to play it on right now. I've got a DS Lite, which is probably the best way to play it. But I think I might want to get like a retro emulator or something. What the fuck are these Zigzagoon stats? These seem abysmal. Now, mind you, I'm hitting it with a stab confusion from an Espeon. But, like, it barely did any damage to the Umbreon. Game Boy player. Also true, I have my Game Boy player. I don't have, or I do have the disc still. But it's very scratched, so I don't know if it's going to work very well. That's a familiar jingle. You still need seasoning? What do you want, salt? Yeah, you're tough, real tough. You did a real number on us. You and your 2 Zigzagoons? Why not test your skills in Fenac City? Oh, that brings back some memories, and not good ones. Find trainers who are way better than me there. Go out and get some battling in. So this dude just, like, he just stole the... He just stole, like, Shadow Pokemon and the snag, or whatever thing that they have. I think it was just the Shadow Pokemon at this point. They didn't have the snagging machine. I don't think. Maybe they did. First Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow and you were terrible at it. Yeah, I think most kids are pretty bad at Pokemon. They're just playing the let me hit the attack button until it works. It won't stop squirming. Makes it tough to hold on. Hey fellas, you need some help with that sack? You just drop her on the ground? This is a really interesting game because you gotta remember, like Vortica said at the beginning of stream, when I started playing, this was the developer's first Pokemon game, and it may have been their first 3D game. And given those two factors, this is pretty impressive. It was very much, yeah, I was very much in the bash until it dies game. I think eventually I learned how to do better than that, but it wasn't for a couple years. I played through Emerald. I don't remember much about me playing through Emerald. I do remember me playing 500 hours of Pokemon Diamond. I still have the fucking cartridge. And that was a little bit better. I was using stuff. I ended up getting the Pokemon Ranger tie-in Manaphy event egg, so that Manaphy actually ran me all the way up through endgame. This game is a wild difficulty curve. Yeah, I know. Pre-rolls are on. Run an ad break to disable them. Aren't you supposed to do that automatically, you piece of shit? Anyway, that dude was kind of sad. Why don't we do this next fight? Oh, there's ads. You were a big Hoenn kid? Same. Alright, ads are rolling. You guys know what that means. Actually, why don't we vibe out for a minute? I'll wait till ads are done. Why don't we vibe out for a minute? I'll wait till ads are done. You know, besides this, which, yeah, this is a lot of drink, obviously. I really haven't had much soda the past week or so. I think I've had like 2 Pepsis and that's it. I've been trying to get myself off of soda, at the very least, like colas, because I really, between the caffeine and the sugar, it just makes me jittery, and I could really do without that, you know? But, it's been kind of nice, honestly. Although it's been making me get a little bit more tired a little bit more quickly, naturally, because, you know, you don't drink caffeine, your body doesn't go into overdrive going, oh shit, we gotta fight this plant poison that you just shoved in me. If anybody wants to know how caffeine works, that's basically what happens. You're taking something that is a plant poison and shoving it in you for the sole purpose of making your body panic, which makes you high energy. It puts your body on high alert, basically. Not to say that it's, like, horrible for you or anything. Actually, there's some instances that say that some caffeine, whether it's in like coffee form or whatever, is actually not terrible for you. In moderation. This song's a vibe, man. I love this song. I'll tell you another song I like, though. Do you understand? Terrifying, especially somebody who makes coffee at their job. Yeah, you're just feeding people plant poison, but they're asking for it, and they're paying for it, so it's okay.
You think MH has a steep difficulty curve? Ha, no, this game.
For the record, I'm fully prepared to just not finish this game on stream. Despite all the hassle it took to get this going, I'm not opposed to just leaving and not dealing with this shit if it gets really bad. But anyway, we got some ads, guys. So why don't we have some more ads for the stream, alright? We got a couple sponsors for the stream recently. I think you guys should check them out. So why don't we start with that?
Finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
Respect the pouch! Respect it!
Where are the gorillas? Gorillas! Gorillas!
Shouting won't help, Mr. Clay.
Hey there, kids, it's fucking Mario, definitely not Wario in a fucking baseball cap. Hey there, kids, it's Mario here to tell you drugs are not the enemy. It's birds. Alright, look at this real-life footage of real talking birds.
Hey, watch this.
Look at these smug bastards. You fucking ringing my doorbell on my day off. I mean, this guy's doorbell on his day off. Walk into the glass, most embarrassing shit this guy's ever done. Thank God I had that Windex laying around. This isn't a Windex commercial, but you know what? Go get some Windex while you're at it. And if you want to save the day, go ahead and buy some drugs from your local human, alright? Just remember, talk to your priest, your rabbi, your minister. They'll know where to get your drugs from, alright? Remember, kids, if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die, but if you talk to birds, you're already in hell. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to present to you a toy so spectacular, you'll never want to leave home without it. A toy so stupendous that it will give your kid a concussion guaranteed. In fact, it says so on the Wikipedia page. Why, the Swing Wing is such a joy to entertain with that even animals love it. Just take a look at this elephant. Take a look at this monkey, he's clapping for it. In fact, get one for the whole family. They'll all love them. What are you waiting for? Call now and get your child a Swing Wing today.
Walking on fighting side of me.
That don't look like it. It goes down.
It don't. It don't go down.
Robert, it goes down.
No, it don't.
It do go down.
Oh!
That bugged out horribly, huh? I don't know why it wasn't working. Hold on. I'm just gonna play the fucking video for you. Give me the video. Audio's like slightly delayed with those, so I'm just gonna fucking play it for you. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the new one because it's funny and I made it in like 10 minutes on my fucking lunch break.
Hold
on, hold on. Unless like the audio is just delayed, in which case, I mean, that's a possibility.
Robert, that don't look like it. Robert, it goes down.
It don't. It don't go down.
Robert, it goes down.
No, it don't.
You can't hear it, right?
Oh!
There you go. There you go. There's your fucking ad. I'm pissed off that didn't work, but it's okay. I'm just angry today. It's okay, though. I'm too tired to really do much about it. You took out my Whismer. You're no ordinary traveler, are you? Everybody's gonna sound like Patrick now. Angy, yes, very angy. Angy, but way too tired to do anything. We're no robbers, we're kidnappers. Okay, funny writing.
Hey, Dingbat, we gotta leave the body.
What do you want to leave it? I'm just imagining them sounding like SpongeBob and Patrick. I don't know why. Every single Team Snag 'em grunt is gonna sound like SpongeBob or Patrick, or some sort of SpongeBob character now.
You're looking quite angular today, my man.
You're looking quite angular today. Is the boss Mr. Krabs? Possibly. Is it? Okay, I was gonna say, are we allowed to move? The sack's mouth is firmly closed with a tightly knotted rope. Yeah, fucking undo the knot. We're just gonna leave her here. The boss would be Mr. Krabs if I could do a Mr. Krabs voice. Unfortunately, Clancy Brown's voice is a little out of my range right now. Just a little bit. Where is this? Where did those two bring me? It's Misty. It is Misty. I'm just thinking about Happy Souls again. It is frapped. Sheldon J. Plankton. That one is admittedly kind of hard for me. I can't do the scream. If I do the scream, I'm gonna like blow my fucking vocal cords out, and it's not gonna be fun. But like, there's specific words that I can do because he's got a really, it's a very specific Western drawl that Mr. Lawrence does for that voice. It's very difficult. The way he battled those goons, it was truly superb. I wish you could have seen it. Yeah, you're too busy tied up in the sack sitting next to us. So you're named Jerry. We've got Jerry Seinfeld. Alright, what are we naming her, guys? What are we naming her? I don't have any ideas. Mostly because I don't remember, I've never watched Seinfeld for more than like 15 minutes. So I don't know any of the character names. Not Misty. Meh. See, I don't understand why alphabetical keyboards were a thing.
And lastly, 4 heaping pound of freshly ground plankton.
Plankton? Plankton? And then he screams really loud. Like, whenever he gets, like, really loud with the voice, and you can hear that kind of, like, rough undertone as he's, like, screaming, it's really hard. We're just screaming her name each time we say it then, right? Yeah, I mean, we're also screaming Jerry's name. Technically, I should be saying Jerry every fucking time, but I'm not doing that. It's called a nickname, Rukix. Have you ever heard of one? No, I'm fucking kidding. I was in the neighboring town. A peculiar Pokemon. Oh, right, I remember. Yeah, you don't have the snagging machine in this game, just she can see shadow Pokemon for some reason. I know you're imposing. You're not that imposing. You're like 5 foot flat. And scrawny. Look, I was doing it. Stop. Full on stopped what I was doing and just looked at the screen and said, "You fucking what?" Everybody's hair in this game, yeah, it is just Stu Pickles' hair. I gotta say, nothing beats... I don't remember the voice actor's name. I know he passed away like 10 or 15 years ago. But the guy who voiced Stu Pickles, his voice was just perfect in like almost every delivery for that show. But the screams were peak. Can I get you to escort me for a while? Fine. I'm too weak to defend myself. Why can you just, like, shove into her? I guess they were afraid of, like, not being able to move. Which is valid. But this is funnier. He was born to play Stu Pickles. He really was. Even at 4 a.m. when he was making pudding and had lost control of his life. The Team Snag'em doesn't frighten me. After all, where those people are is far away from here. They wouldn't come out here. Yeah, they wouldn't come out here for sure. Definitely not. Didn't just untie somebody who was kidnapped by them. Definitely didn't see them kidnapping her and bringing her to this town, which is kind of sketchy. Maybe that's foreshadowing. You have the machine, but not the Vibe goggles. Yes, Vibe goggles is, I think, the best. It's the HTC Vibe. The HTC Vibe check. Been nothing but news on about Team Snag'em on every channel all day long. Usually they have at least one channel showing anime or something. I wish they would show anime on TV, guys. The year's 2002. We only got Toonami, and that's too late. It's past my bedtime. Old man. Good day for a Pokemon battle. You want a battle? Toonami Jr. What's that one? It's the only Whose Line Is It Anyway bit that I ever really, like, found that funny. There's a couple of them that are pretty good, but there's one that's just... number one thing you can say to start a fight, and he just turns to the mic and goes, "You guys want to start a fight?" Peak content right there. Peak entertainment. I hate that I use the word content. But you know what? It's all good. Why did I use confusion? I mean, Hoot Hoot's normal. Not normal psychic. Never mind. I was gonna say, why did I use confusion on a Hoot Hoot? Yeah, it's still not the best choice ever, but... oh no, it actually hit. 40% chance, by the way. I think, unless the values got modified in this game. Classic. It's just a good bit. If you guys ever want to see what my, if you guys ever want to see what my inspirations are when it used to, or at least what they used to be when it came to making videos, as far as being entertaining, go watch Oni Plays. And whatever the hell Whose Line Is It bits. I could get Luke in here and he could, like, talk about what he does. But it was so funny, because every time I try and start a bit... because, you know, you're in stream. You gotta start it, like, organically. You can't just start it out of nowhere. But he would always start a bit... or I would always try and start a bit, and the only response I would ever get out of him would be immediate confusion, because I would say something that's an outright lie, and we both know it is, in an attempt to make a joke happen. And he would just go, "What?" Because for late night Toonami, I used to sneak out into the living room after my dad went to bed to turn the TV all the way down and put captions on. My mom still never knew why on Sundays the TV was so low and the captions were on. Very good. Very good. I never watched a ton of Toonami, at least not during its original run. I watched it when it came back, specifically when Space Dandy was happening, because that was Toonami world premiere. I didn't catch every episode, but I have watched every episode since then, and I still love Space Dandy. It's a good show. Go watch it. We just noticed, but the truck that was here was gone. Those thugs must have come back and taken off on it. Yeah, they ran out into the fucking desert. What did you expect them to do? Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Space Dandy good. I think I remember watching some episodes of Dragon Ball and having no idea what was going on. You know what the closest I got was? I was watching Bobobo. Which is already nonsense, so I was just kind of staring at it like, what the hell is happening? Space Dandy is like Bobobo. I wouldn't... More mature in the sense that you should probably be older when you go to watch it. I don't know if I'd call it, like, more mature as a comedy form. I think Bobobo still tops the charts there. Yeah, sure. So what, you save at PC boxes here? That could get annoying. That could get real annoying if we get stuck in long dungeons, which we will. Myth reaffirming that we had the exact same childhood. Yep, just watch Dragon Ball, watch the funny men scream. I did watch a couple episodes of Dragon Ball when I was younger, but I had no idea what was happening, period. And then I never really stuck with it until years later when I started watching. I think it was some of the movies first, and then eventually, like, they started showing Dragon Ball Z Kai. Which Kai wasn't very... It wasn't my favorite thing, but it functions as far as showing you what Dragon Ball is. Alright, so that's the Pokemon Center. If you're still traveling, you should stock up on supplies. It's your house. One scene that sticks out in my head is Majin Buu turning Dabura into a biscuit and then eating him. Yep. I watched Dragon Ball as a kid. All I remember is characters taking entire episodes to power up. Yep. Multiple episodes in some cases. And time frames were always fucked. Frieza at one point says the planet will explode in 5 minutes. It takes like 15 episodes. It takes so goddamn long. That being said, if you really want to understand decent Dragon Ball experience, you could probably get away with watching Dragon Ball Z Kai. I still need to watch the original Dragon Ball. Yeah, Blue Popo. We did get Blue Popo because they were afraid of blackface, which is valid as a concern. But it wasn't something I think anybody... Nah, I guess I can see how people would think of it as blackface. Having the content, like, thinking about it a little bit more. I watched mostly all the DBZ series up to Boo, and they got pissed off they skipped the Cell Saga. Yeah, they always skip Cell Saga. Most people forget that most of the Frieza Saga was just... Yeah, it was just Bulma in a cave. That was it. That was most of it. I like Sailor Moon because it only took them a minute to transform. That's true. However, one time I tried to when I got my COVID vaccine, or one of the boosters, I don't remember which. I think it was, maybe it was the second shot of the vaccine, before I got boosters. I tried to watch Sailor Moon. I'd never watched Sailor Moon before that point. I watched Sailor Moon for, oh god, I don't even remember. Probably was like 6 hours, and I just watched all the season 1 episodes back to back, and by the end of it, I was like, this is painful. They kept reusing the same animations and the same noises. And I was watching, I want to say it was the English dub. So, like, that didn't help, but I also was so, like, out of it that I definitely couldn't pay attention to the screen. It was a mess. Maybe I'll try Season 2 again at some point, because Season 1 was just... It was not the best impression. It's kind of like watching Fist of the North Star Season 1. It's not the best impression of the show. The pre-gym, that's right, I remember those. Sounds like a fever dream? It literally was a fever dream. I was dreaming while I had a fever from the COVID vaccine while watching fucking Sailor Moon. Literally a fever dream. I was like zoning out the entire time. You know, it's a rough series to watch, K-On! I've never watched K-On! The only thing I know about K-On! Is the edit of the stupid hat that says rock. If you can't figure out what the edit says, I'll tell you in a couple minutes. I'll probably just show it. I watched most of it only because Fox had it on super early on Saturday before Digimon. Yeah, I never watched a ton of Fox stuff. Probably good that I didn't watch it, considering my dad watches nothing but Fox now. But we didn't really do like Fox box stuff or anything. Not to say that that was bad, but I didn't watch a ton of it. Except, I guess, Sonic X, because it was on. For the better, yeah. I do like some of the 4Kids dubs. Let's be real. Some of the 4Kids dubs are peak. Not peak as in like they're good. But as far as entertainment value, they are funny. Yeah, the dubs were definitely not the best. It was really something. Can't say if it was actually a good show or just something to watch. Yeah. There's a lot of shows like that where like these are things that we grew up with, and then we look back at them and it's like, man, what the hell was this? Like Dave the Barbarian on like Disney, probably one of my favorites when I was growing up. And now the only bit that I ever reference is the squirrel with the megaphone. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look it up. Just look it up. I'll give you the episode or whatever it takes. The One Piece rap is a banger and nobody can tell me otherwise. Yep. Yeah, I got one like that. It's called Mummies Alive. It's so cringy. You know what I might do at some point in the server? I might just go, alright, cool. Everybody pick out 2 episodes from a show they watched as a kid that they want to show people, regardless of whether or not it's good. And everybody just gets to stream their shows. Or maybe I'll stream them, I don't know. I dimly remember that. Fair. These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Yep. Just like trying to trying to make it more relatable. The localization's always terrible. But sometimes it's really bad. Except Bobobo. Bobobo's localization was really good. You'd have to really reach back in your brain. Yeah, give me weird stuff. It can be 2 episodes of the same show or 2 episodes of different shows. I don't care. Just like everybody, like go into the suggestion box and recommend me a show, and I'll see if I can find it. And if we can just have like, all right, cool. Here's like a half hour. We'll just be jumping around in this episode and checking it out. You know. Bobobo was localized the right way. They managed to make it funny, even though it's not really the same show, but I think that's explicitly, it just makes sense for Bobobo, because that show didn't make any sense from the beginning. That was the point. Cyber 6 and Mummies Alive, yeah, I got you. There was some stuff on PBS you could probably pull up. It's Botan, it's Yu Yu Hakusho, guys! I want to read Bobobo. I should probably read Bobobo. I've watched enough Bobobo now that I feel like I should read it, because I feel like it's a similar vibe. For the record, I've been watching the Japanese version whenever the internet's out, or whenever I have a couple minutes to just spare on goofing off. And the Japanese is just excellent. Very stupid. Bobobo, I saw ads for it a lot. I never got to it, just thought the long title was funny. That is kind of the point. The full title is Bobobo. And it's just nonsense. That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing else.
I'm trying to fill out this mail in contest form, but it's in Japanese.
It's in Japanese, yeah. That's my favorite bit. They didn't change the animation. They didn't, like, redo the animation to, like, make it in English form. They just changed the dub, so it just said it's in Japanese. Also, the best part about it, Bobobo's voice actor, and this is some goofy trivia that I know. Bobobo's voice actor in Japanese is Takahito Koyasu. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure I'm saying his name right. I'm actually gonna make sure on this one. I need to make sure I'm reading this right, because it's been a while since I've said his name. Yeah, Takahito Koyasu is the guy who voiced Dio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He also happens to voice Bobobo, and he also happens to voice a couple characters in one of my favorite, or in a gacha game that I play, the single gacha game that I play, which meant that when there was a Bobobo crossover, they just got all the voice actors back and had them voice new lines. So now I just have Bobobo in a game that has nothing to do with Bobobo. Which is about par for the course.
But wait, I'm allergic. The end.
Yeah, Mythmaker, if you've never seen Bobobo, message me at some point, and I might be able to point you towards somewhere you can see it, because it's really funny. It's genuinely just like complete nonsense humor. The entire concept of it is it's Fist of the North Star, kinda. It's like loosely based off of Fist of the North Star, with the idea of it's loosely based off of Fist of the North Star with what's it called? It's just nonsense. It's pure nonsense. Like, the fighting styles, there's all sorts of fighting styles, but typically everybody just ends up fighting by doing the wackiest shit they possibly can to catch their opponent off guard. There's another anime on Fox I watched called Ultimate Muscle, and that was weird. I want to say I've seen bits of that. Fist of the North Star parody. It's like loosely based off of Fist of the North Star. It's not really a parody even. You can't in good conscience call that a parody, but I get where you're coming from. The sequel series to Kinnikuman. There's a lot of stuff I have to watch. Again, if you guys have any recommendations, it does not have to be for stuff that I want to play on stream or watch in the Discord. If you just want me to look at a thing, recommend it in the suggestion box in the Discord. Okay? Just recommend it. This applies to YouTube too. And if you don't want to leave it in the suggestion box on the Discord, feel free to leave a comment. Wholeheartedly, like, I'm happy to check out random crap. I've got Fist of the North Star, which I'm slowly working through, but I haven't really been feeling like watching that recently. And Bobobo, you can only watch so much Bobobo at once. Although I will say something I have been doing. I've been using my new hard drives. You know, all 16 terabytes of effective storage that I have. That's all backed up. I've been using that recently, and it's actually working really well, for the most part. Installing Steam games onto it seems to tend to make Steam bug out a little bit. Not because of any, like, speed issues, but it's just, like, I think it's hanging up, maybe because it's trying to pull everything over the USB connection. I have no idea. It's a little bit weird there, but overall it's working fine. Liqui. I was impressed by your Pokemon, she says, crying. In the manga, Yukimoto pops out of Bobobo's hair and then Slifer annihilates a big enemy. See, they do... that explains where that comes from. In the gacha game, they have basically God pop out of Bobobo's hair as like his special attack, and he just blasts everything, and that's it. That's the joke. So that explains where that comes from. I don't know. I think one of the things with like reading manga is I want to read things, genuinely. First of all, I don't have time. Secondly, I don't really have space in my room to put a bookshelf. And while I wouldn't mind reading stuff digitally, I already look at my computer screen all the time. I don't need to be looking at it more. I literally will sit in here for 16 hours in a day, over that sometimes, looking at a computer screen. Very seldom going, yeah, sure, I'll take breaks and stuff, but, like, very seldom, like, going outside and touching grass. Just because my work is computer-based, and I'm, you know, a lot of my hobbies are computer-based. When I move out, or otherwise get space to put a bookshelf in here, I'm buying books. Physical books, downloaded into your brain, yeah. Beam it into your eyes like that episode of SpongeBob. Where Mr. Krabs rewinds the film out of the guy's eyes, or the TV. Sister gave me another pair of blue light blockers because of that problem. Yeah. I'm not fully convinced blue light blockers actually do much, but it's not, like, gonna hurt anything, really. That's part of the reason I haven't picked up blue light blockers yet. Not to say that it's, like, you know, it can't hurt that bad. I can't imagine it hurting that bad, but, you know, I don't know if it necessarily helps, but that's me being skeptical. I haven't even really made that much progress in the game. I just walked into the pre-gym. Yeah, it just makes the blue light warmer, right. Which is still nice. It's a little less harsh on your eyes for the most part. I also keep pretty much all of my computer stuff in dark mode if I can help it. Not just Discord, like my operating system is set up so that it's low brightness. I have my computer for work is set up on dark mode. Ads are about to start. Exclamation point lads. I mean ads. What time is it? 8:13. Alright. I should know what time it is. The ads play every half hour. The hell am I doing? But yeah, we're not going to be doing anything interesting here. I'm going to be mashing the A button for the most part and just talking with chat. Which, admittedly, kind of looking forward to. As much as I like playing super, like, high energy, like, you know, fast-paced games that require a lot of focus, and that's cool. It's kind of nice to just vibe for a little bit, you know? It's kind of nice to just have a game where I don't really have to think a whole lot. Especially when it's Pokemon. Now, I know that this game is going to get, you know, nasty later on. However, for the most part, Pokemon can be solved with some fairly simple strategies. Assuming that level gaps aren't stupid, which I know that they get stupid. Like, I'm aware of this. But, I mean, worst case scenario, we go, I guess, grind? Like, battle? Whatever the fuck it's called. The battle mountain. Or this, I guess, but this is probably not going to be very useful for very long. No, don't use fucking secret power. It's probably better on the Rhyhorn. Then again, I don't know what that secret power is exactly. Yeah. It's either deal with the physical defenses or deal with the fact that it's not going to be very effective, so. I'm starting to think about Pokemon again, guys. It's a dangerous thought. I could go figure out a whole Pokemon team, not just for this game, but for 3 other Pokemon games, and then never play any of them. By the way, if you guys want a really fun Pokemon game to check out, I highly recommend checking out Pokemon Renegade Platinum. It's a ROM hack of Pokemon Platinum that just gives you access to all 493 available Pokemon in Gen 4 before the end of the game, or by the end of the game. So by the time, and it also rebalances a lot of the stuff to make the gyms actually tough and fun. Yeah, I've still got to play Uranium at some point. I just haven't wanted to set it up on. I have a Uranium download. I have a copy of Uranium. I just haven't set it up yet because Linux. It's not that hard, but I just haven't. I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming today. We'll try and get a little bit further with the story. Deserves a gift. I want you to have this. When you get 6 of them, I'd like you to come see me again. Okay. I was gonna say, where do they keep all these trainers? Are they just sitting down here in the locker rooms chilling? Oh no, it's actually pretty nice down here. I don't know if the Magikarp's really getting anything out of splash training, but you know what? Fair enough. Good job trying. A little Oddish. I like Oddish. For whatever reason, part of my brain never put together how small Oddish is. And I like that Oddish is so small. Just a little dude. Where did it dig to? Where'd my Sandslash go? This is simultaneously a good joke and a way to be really lazy in your development. You didn't even have to put the Pokemon here. You literally just have it not show up. Yeah, wee lad. What's that bit from one of Rob's streams when he was playing Tale of Two Wastelands at the very beginning? He was still in the beginning of Fallout 3, and he starts jumping up and down, going, "Oh, I'm a wee lad." He's really fucking excited about it. That was fun. I love that. Yeah, and then Aaron, also a wee lad. That's the other thing I like about this game. No, it's not like... And like most Pokemon games do this to some extent, but I think that this game does a pretty decent job of fleshing itself out as a world. Where stuff actually happens. You know, like, yeah, it's 2000s Edge. They've got, like, you know, crime gangs and all this other stuff. But, like, It shows a world that actually, like, theoretically could exist, Pokemon aside, you know? So, what are you, where are we taking you? Are you just gonna follow us around forever? Did you know? Gaming. No. It said Team Snag'em's hideout was blown up. Who could have done such a thing? Yeah, I wonder who. Welcome to Chili's. Welcome to Fenax Stadium. This is the first time we saw the traditional Pokemon format in 3D. Yeah, and so close as you're gonna get with a third-party developer. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, it is a bigger deal than a lot of people realized at the time, because these games didn't get a ton of publicity, but they sold well enough. This is just like, you're my new friend. Yeah, it just wander around, follow you. Misty, we've been wandering around for 4 hours and you won't tell us where your home is. Current challenge has already started. One thing I would like to do is pick up a Game Boy Advance GameCube link cable and potentially play through one of the Advance era Pokemon games, like Ruby or Sapphire. And then maybe get another copy of XD Gale of Darkness or something and play through that. And just actually get to play the end game with good Pokemon. I think I wouldn't mind doing that. Rollerboy Cave. I don't know if we've ever seen this trainer archetype come back. That wasn't a completed animation. Also, another interesting thing about this was that obviously Gen 3 was the first generation to have double battles as a format. And this game is entirely double battles. In fact, both this and XD are entirely, if not, mostly if not entirely double battles. Yeah, Fenax City is a vibe. It's a nice little vibe, I like it. More things that I need to think about whenever I... The one benefit, because... So for anybody who didn't know, I was running a D&D game for probably about six to 9 months. Before some stuff happened and that group fell apart, for lack of a better word. And I've been really wanting to get back into world building for that particular world. And I've been really wanting to do that, but I've also been running into, like, for a while when I was trying to do it, I was struggling because I was running into, like, writer's block and just not being able to think of things to put in the world. And what I've been doing recently is just been going, yeah, fuck it, whenever, you know, if I have ideas, I have ideas. I'm not even going to bother writing anything down right now, although that's not always the most advisable thing to do. Because I realized that I haven't been consuming as much media. I've mostly been playing the same couple games over and over, watching, you know, random YouTube videos on stuff that's not really relevant to, like, world building or anything. So I think I had a realization that I didn't have any inspiration because I didn't have anything to be inspired from, you know? So I think that part of that inspiration, I think, is going to come from just, like, consuming media. Why do you just have Samus T-posing, Walker Pierce? Yeah, he's thinking. He's learning. Oh, this dude counts as a shop. Okay. We've got some stuff for the time being. If we need a shit ton of supplies, then maybe we'll do that later. Consume. But yeah, you kind of gotta consume other media. Like, nothing new under the sun, sure, if you want to look at it that way, but at the same time, what that really translates into is just, oh yeah, you know, it turns out that you need to have something to draw from. Nobody draws upon a completely blank slate and comes up with something great, you know. Me consuming too much media that I don't have time to actually write, also a valid thing. Finding that balance is very hard, Mythmaker. I understand. If it's about Pokemon, there's the pre-gym. We were just there. Yeah, I know where the pre-gym is. We just kicked everybody's ass. But yeah, I mean, like, finding that balance is hard, for sure. When you're, like, coming to, like, writing and, like, world building, it's frustrating. But at the same time, I think, you know, it's not a bad thing to just go and consume media and relax.
Imagine being the person with the last original thought. Really sad to consider.
What if the last original thought is the fact that that's going to be the last original thought? But yeah, I mean, like, yes, there's a balance to be had, but at the same time, don't beat yourself up for not getting started on things, or, like, not doing things, you know, in so quickly as you think you should. Do not feel pressured to do things constantly. Literally, half of what I've been doing over the past couple weeks has just been taking several, like, hours and just vibing, going to chill with people and call, or relax, or even just lay in bed. Sometimes you gotta do that. Okay? You don't always have to be, like, constructive and doing stuff. It's important to your mental health to take some time to just chill. You get ideas for stories for RPing. My problem is, like, yeah, I don't know if people are gonna go with it. You never know till you try. But yeah, I mean, like, I keep stressing out about it, especially over the last, like, year or two. I've been stressing out about, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to make YouTube videos, I want to, like, you know, stream more, I want to, you know, play this game, play that game, do this thing. I'm 25. Sorry. Yes, I'm 25 currently. I forget my age a lot. I'm 25. I'm turning 26 next month. I got plenty of time to do shit. I work 40 hours a week. Work 40. It's more like 35, and sometimes I'm just sitting there zoning out. I want to grind and be constructive, but my brain hasn't been letting me for months now, and it's getting to me. Don't grind. Go do a thing for like an hour. And take a break. Go do something else. Wow, I'm almost 60. That's true. I am almost 60. I got plenty of time left. But yeah, just like, you know, I work almost 40 hours a week. I come home, I stream once or twice a week, usually. If I'm not doing that, then I'm trying to play another game, or I'm just sitting here and worrying about other stuff. I'm trying to plan my vacation. I'm, you know, people invite me to come hang out in Discord calls. Yep, 26 is old. It's old. I ain't old. I'm not old. I know I'm not old, but I'm just saying, like, we all got plenty of fucking time. Okay? I don't care. Like, if you just turned 18, or if you're like 50, you got time. Okay? Not to say that you should sit and like waste it doing something you're not going to enjoy, but if you're enjoying the things you're doing right now, I'd say you're living pretty good. I've been feeling old since I was 17. Almost nobody in the community has guessed my age, and I'm kind of glad for it. You definitely strike me as the type who may be older than they appear, Vortica, but I'm not going to comment any further. Because it also just, I don't feel like guessing people's ages. I don't care. When I was 18, when I was 20, I had friends who were like 45. We all sat around and played Magic the Gathering. I got invited to the dude's house for like his barbecue, and I was the youngest person there by like 6 or 7 years. And it was fine, you know? Age does not determine a crowd, you know? Does not determine who you should go hang out with. I'm feeling old since I was 17. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody ends up feeling old because they look at the... You'll look at the people who are... Especially if you've been on social media, because once you're on social media... Okay, cool. Social media is predominantly composed of younger people. Retail's aged you 20 years. That's understandable. I believe that. I think I've talked to everybody in here, and they've told me nothing interesting. I'm gonna go back out to what's her name? Or, I don't know. Did we get a name? Stop running. If it's about Pokemon, it's the pre-gym. Then phone sales aged me 40. That puts you on, like, what, 150 right now? Something like that. You're looking good for your age. Retail blows. I'm glad that I never had to do retail, but I did have to do food service. Which isn't really much better. It's got its own issues. It's got its own issues, although a lot of them relate to the fact that it's still a service job. I'm very glad that I don't have a service job right now, I'll put it that way. There's a reason why, despite the fact that I really want to get out of this job at some point, I'm not in that much of a rush to get out of it. Hey, you're looking good, right? Be able to check out the types of Pokemon. So does she only talk to the... She only gives you that after you talk to... What's their name? Or, I don't know. I had to do Camp Kitchen one summer and I hated it so much. Half the kitchens I've worked in, over half the kitchens I've worked in, I've been working in them in the middle of summer, and there's no AC. Is that illegal? No, not in the US. At least as far as I'm aware. But also, no, of course small business owners that are shitty to their employees aren't going to do much about it. Even if it was illegal. Not unless somebody tried to sue. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, fucking, you know, age doesn't matter. Not in so much. Once you hit, like, early 20s, it don't matter. It's nothing. So... Mewtwo form. I didn't recognize what that Pokemon was until I heard the cry. And then I instantly recognized it. And of all Pokemon that I could possibly recognize instantly from a cry, it's fucking cast form. Okay, so he's just gonna keep talking about the pre-gym. When you reach 23, nobody likes you anymore. That's true. That's true. You are not incorrect. Fennec City music's a vibe. I'm just gonna keep running in and out of here because, to be quite honest, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, I know, Justy. Thanks. Yeah. Nobody says anything interesting here. I just figure if I keep battling, that sort of stuff will be conditioned into me. This kid's about 10 years ahead of his time. You have any idea how many people I know who can just pull Pokemon type combinations off the top of their head and, like, whether they're effective or not? Come see me whenever you like. Do I want to, like, look at the strategy memo? I don't know, like... I was that person once. Yeah. I could still probably do it for the most part. Fairy type threw me off a little bit. But it's not, like, horrible. Like, I can still do stuff. Oh, it gives the cry, too. I wouldn't call it a strategy guide if this is all it's gonna do. Size. Size comparison. Jerry's email. No emails. When are we going back to pagers? I never got to try them. A little too young for them. Sort of stopped playing Pokemon at Gen 7, so I need some refreshers. Yeah. I played Gen 4. I played a little bit of Gen 5. I played Gen 3, Gen 4. Went back to play Gen 1 and 2. Played a little bit of Gen 5, stopped, and then I played through Gen 8 on a borrowed copy of the game and don't remember much about it. And then Gen 9 I haven't touched and I don't really intend on touching unless it's just to look at all the stupid bugs. I tried with the Gen 4 remakes. I really tried. I was excited for Arceus, and I really wanted to try the Gen 4 remakes. The Gen 4 remakes pissed me off so bad that I just stopped. It was just the laziest possible remake. And by laziest possible, I mean they literally put the ROM for Gen 4 in a Switch cartridge and had it running in Unity. And that's all they did for it. I'm not kidding. That they figured out that the thing that I thought might have been happening when the game released was actually what was happening to the games. They just took the Gen 4 cart and shoved it in the Switch. Those weren't even remakes. Yeah. So from what I heard, the third-party company that was developing those was planning to make a full-on like set of remakes with a bunch of cool stuff in them, and then Nintendo or Pokemon Company, probably Pokemon Company, scrapped it. They said, nope, scrap it. You're gonna have to just put the things on, put the old ones on new cartridges. So I'm if that's what happened, I'm a little bit pissed off. And still kind of sad about how those turned out. But that makes me feel a little bit better that there was at least an attempt, if that's true. That being said, Legends Arceus, really cool game concept. Really fucking buggy. I'm glad they're expanding on it with Gen 9, but they don't care about the games. I don't want to get into this discussion again. You know? But, like, they don't care about the games. The games release so that they can sell more Pokemon merch for the new generations. That's why the games always have to be on time. Hey, look, guys, it's Sephiroth. I wonder who the villain is, yeah. Definitely not the weird dude in the purple shirt with the tattered, like, skirt? I can't even call that a skirt. Is there something I can assist you with? You saw what? Saw a peculiar Pokemon. No, that's not quite right. What I saw was a Pokemon that gave off a black aura. It was like a fighting machine. Pokemon would attack people. It's a little hard to believe, I agree. You could tell that they like struggled with the translation a little bit on this one. For the most part, it's fine. They even put in some funny puns. But long story short, he's you appear to be Pokemon trainers yourself. Go visit the Pokemon Stadium. You mean the Pokemon Colosseum? Does it bother anybody that the accented E in Pokemon and the dialogue isn't capitalized? That's for space reasons more than anything, but I can understand why it would bother you. It's never really bothered me. Occasionally I've looked at it and been like, that looks kind of funny, but it's actually directly in the center of the word, so I don't mind it that much, or close enough to the center of the word that I'm like, yeah, sure. Please come back and enter the next challenge. I love the water look in this game. It's not even particularly interesting technically. It's just a flat texture, but like the... I don't know, the way that it looks, I like it a lot. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that was just because of space constraints on the tiny-ass Game Boy screen. I would have liked to win the prize in the technical machine. Yeah, you guys remember when technical machines were limited? And you couldn't teach them more than once? Much as I hate that, I also kind of like it. I just wish that there was a way to get more than one of each. You want to drink it? Yeah, the water looks good. I really like the water. Reminds me of very specific vibes. Gives me, like, honestly, sort of vibes that Future Funk gives you. Oh. We got finger snaps. Hey, Jerry. We finally found you. Just had a moment of worry when I saw a black cat run across my yard, but I'm relieved that Binks is sleeping on the bed. Here's one that's funny for you guys. So my cat, I don't even know how to describe the color scheme. I don't know how to describe cats. I don't know breeds or anything, but so my cat, I could just pull up a picture at some point. You're off to bed. All right. Good night, Mythmaker. Take care of yourself, bud. Have a good one. But here's a story for you guys. I'll actually pop out to the, I guess, the Sonic Riders music, but okay. But my cat, I'll pull up a picture. See if I can find one. Image. Where is a good image of my cat? I know I've taken one recently. But she's an outdoor cat. She's a feral cat, so I'm used to seeing her outside and, like, prowling around the yard. And I woke up the other morning. And I was I was just getting ready for work. It was early in the morning. It was like 5:50 or something. I'm sitting there looking out the window next to the greenhouse where my mom's got the UV lights on. And I see this cat, and it looks exactly like my cat. And I'm just sitting there watching it for a second. It's prowling around the yard. And then I keep looking. I'm like, as it's getting closer to the house, I'm like, that's not my cat. It's almost the exact same pattern as my cat. Almost the exact same coloration and pattern. It's just a slightly chunkier cat. And I had no idea whose cat this was. As it turns out, it's a lady up the road who's like a mile up the road. It's really strange that that cat happens to have almost exactly the same coloration. Okay, why are you not showing the JPEG files? Show me the JPEG. I mean, I guess I can just, like, try and pull it up in a different format. Media source? I don't know. Hold on a sec. I want to show you my cat. I want to show cat. Where is the cat? Why is it just not showing JPEG files? Oh, because they're not. Okay. That's dumb. There's my cat. Yeah, you're worried that your cat got out. I understand. You turn and seen Binks snoozing. Yeah. I just don't worry about it because I know my cat, and my cat will always come back because she realizes that we have food. Or she just wants pets and she knows that we're around. There's my cat. She's a good bean. She's very friendly with people. She'll just wander around and, like, meow and, like, rub up against you and want pets. She always looks like she's pissed off. She's not. She's fine. You have neighbors who aren't scared to shoot. Yeah, aren't scared to shoot cats. I get you. Yeah, she's a good cat. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. I have a video of her somewhere here. Let me pull that up. See if I can. Would be the ND filter. It's one of these MOV files, and I don't know which. Cat.mp4. There she is. Cat. She just constantly sort of looks like she's pissed off. The coat's a tabby? Okay, thank you. I always forget names. She's a good bean. She's getting older. Yeah, she just rubs up against stuff and, like, lays on the ground. That's all she really does anymore. She'll lay down and, like, complain at you that she wants food or pets or something. Yep, whoops. Here, let me show the cat again. One more time. We'll show cat. Yeah, she wants her scent everywhere, yep. Just rub her little cheeks on everything. Yeah, she's always very comfortable and just wants pets and typically, like, milk or something. She's very sweet, though. And honestly really gentle, although she was a terrible mother to her kittens. Thankfully, my dog was a better mom than she was. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's finish this up, and then I'll probably just save after this, because this has just been a vibe-in stream mainly. Yeah, we had a golden retriever, for the record. Golden retrievers are known for being very good around kids and very tender and gentle dogs. Also very food motivated. Maybe a little stupid sometimes, but generally pretty smart dogs. But those two were inseparable when the dog was alive. No thoughts, just love. Yeah, pretty much. Golden retrievers are just kind of like that. Yeah. He was, yeah, Jerry was a snagger. Jerry Seinfeld was, in fact, a member of Team Snag'em. You really have something like that? I like how he just explained how the snag stuff worked. We're gonna take it back by force, and instead of using our numbers to our advantage, or, you know, muscles, or trying to beat the shit out of you, we're gonna throw Pokemon at you, because that's how this entire game works. That's how this world works. If we don't settle it with Pokemon, it doesn't happen. I suppose there's a lot of socioeconomic consequences that you could talk about as far as, like, Pokemon existing, like the fact that it would make people more, it could potentially, like, balance out power between people. Like, weaker people could still have fairly strong Pokemon, and vice versa. But I think that when you get into the idea of human-Pokemon interactions, it tends to get a little bit iffy. Like, where you have, like, humans, like, trying to apply force against Pokemon and stuff like that, it's where they, like, don't want to do that because it could be shown as, like, animal abuse or something. And nobody wants to deal with PETA, ever. Even though PETA's not really very... PETA's pretty shit, actually, as a company. That being said, that's exactly what Pal World is gonna do. By the way, if you haven't looked at if you looked at the title and were like, what the fuck do you mean by Pal World? Go look up the Pal World trailers. Just do it. Look it up on Steam. Game looks... It's Pokemon with guns and slavery. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a very blatant Pokemon ripoff, where they're just adding in a bunch of really awful shit. And I genuinely want to see what happens with it, because they've been putting out trailers. I'm just curious, mainly. Oh, I missed the resting bitch face message. Yes, my cat definitely has resting bitch face. Blast you, Jerry. Mate, there are 3 of you. You're telling me there were 2 Pokemon between the 3 of you? And you didn't decide to beat the shit out of me? With your fists? It's okay, it doesn't matter to me who you are. Oh, you left, right? After all, you're my gallant prince who rescued me when I was in trouble. I mean, that's kind of just how, like, life works. People can have really fucked up pasts, and if they're genuinely willing to move past it or trying to do better for people, then fuck it, why not? But sweet, no, we settle things with Pokemon battles. Yeah, I was just ranting about this. We need to settle things with Pokemon battles. When I catch that Jerry next.
It's okay, Simon.
Wait, does anybody not know how to do the SpongeBob laugh? Has anybody not seen a clip of Tom Kenny doing the SpongeBob laugh? At some point I should probably stock up on stuff before we just wander out. But if anybody's never seen the SpongeBob laugh before, it's a little difficult, but assuming that you understand how to get the higher pitch voice, it's not really higher pitch, it's just you're reducing some of the lower resonances.
So you end up sounding like this.
You stole $5 million? Settle it with Pokemon battles. Wife left you? Settle it with Pokemon battles. Here at Jerry, and Jerry... No, I'm not making a whole thing about this. That could be a funny ad. I'm not gonna have the energy to make that right now. I need somebody to put that in the suggestion box, please. In the Discord. Just... Pokemon lawyer. Pokemon lawyer. Pokemon lawyer. That'll get me enough. That'll get me enough with it. I like the idea of settling lawsuits with Pokemon battles. It's the equivalent of just going, I would like to sort my I'd like to settle this with trial by combat, which, if I recall correctly, happened in one jurisdiction. I don't remember where. Somebody asked for trial by combat and it wasn't outlawed or otherwise taken out of like the legislature yet. So they allowed him to do it. He won, therefore the case was dropped, and then they immediately changed the law. Which was by far one of the funniest, like, oops, we fucked up moments I could think of. I don't remember which jurisdiction, but it's so funny. Also, fun fact, it's technically legal to settle your disputes via duel still in some, I think it's specifically in, like, Washington State. That may have been changed recently, but it used to be. I'm gonna save again just because a brain. But yeah, there was a state. I'm pretty sure Washington State is the one I'm thinking of, where duels were still illegal, or maybe it was specifically in Seattle. I don't remember. But like, you could have somebody overwatch. You have to have somebody watch over the match. So you'd have like a cop or something watch over the match. But as long as somebody was, like, legally obligated, or as long as, like, they were legally obligated to be like, yeah, this is a settled thing now. I don't think you can kill each other. I think that still counts as manslaughter, even if it was from a duel. Even though it was intentional, but I would imagine with a duel, the intent's usually not to kill somebody. It was just strange. There's a lot of goofy-ass laws out there. In Baltimore City, it is illegal to toss a hay bale out of a 2-story window. There's another fun one for you. There's a lot of goofy-ass laws in the U.S. from, like, ages past. Other places, too, I'm sure, but, like, in the U.S., it's particularly prevalent because we have so many varying levels of law that aren't beholden to each other, for the most part. I'm trying to figure out if they gave Misty a separate walk cycle. I think they did, because it's not just the coat, I don't think. I think... It's hard to tell from this angle, admittedly. That kid has a different animation for walking. It'd be way funnier if everybody had the exact same animation for walking. Also, here's another good one. When they're just standing still, the idle animation. Perfectly linear frames. Perfectly linear keyframes. There is nothing going on. It's just, Although they did make Misty's hair bob a little bit, which is nice. That looks a little bit better. This very much comes off as my first 3D game. Not to say it's bad by any means. I mean, this game's still celebrated. Nowhere near as celebrated as XD Gale of Darkness, as far as I'm aware. because it's just sort of the better version of this game, but mostly because this game is a horrible grind fest that's very slow. But that being said, I think that's enough of this. I think I'm tired. I think it's 9 o'clock, or right about there. So I've been going for a couple hours. I appreciate everybody who's been hanging out, though. Thank you for putting that in the suggestion box, by the way, Rukix. Very much appreciated. Yeah, no, I'm tired. This is what I get for being up at like 5:30 in the morning. I gotta like look around my camera stand. Actually, here, you guys get to be moved. Hi. Who is on right now? Absent friends on. Attempts to have fun, stay awake, no chat. We got a lot of chill vibes on tonight. We got Absent Friend, who's currently actually on, or not on world record pace, but is gunning for world record in Spyro 3 any %, which is insane considering how absurd that that run is. We've got, but Absent Friend isn't gonna read chat because I know that they're doing their thing. We got Croc of Gold playing some Valheim. Excellent older Irish man who is. He starts his streams very late. It's yeah, he started to stream at like 8:30, I think, or like 8 o'clock, aka Eastern time. So it's like 1 a.m. I think he's a retired electrician, from what I understand. Just like very strange, just a dude playing like Xbox games, vibing. Yeah, Tall Jerry's playing Black Dahlia. Well, I'll tell you what, I think I wanna raid someone in particular. So we're gonna go raid Ashriel. Ashriel is currently the second place and former world record holder for Spyro 1 any %. Lumilar recently took back the world record, but before that, her and Ash have been going back and forth for a while. But I appreciate the raid suggestion, Rukix. But we're gonna raid Ashriel because they deserve some love. They're doing great. I don't have a raid message. Go be nice to them. Give them good luck because any %'s kind of a pain in the ass and mentally draining as and emotionally draining as a category. Alright, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good night. Be safe. I will see you on Saturday morning for some more Morrowind. We might finish up the main story tomorrow. I doubt it, but maybe. I think we gotta go become Hortator tomorrow, or Saturday. But you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good night. Be safe. All that stuff. And I will catch you later.
Not afraid to just like be a little fucking wacky. Like